Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, I promise you, man, this man said, I'm hungry. I was like, you hungry? I'm not leaning on the joint. He leaning on the joint. I'm like, you hungry? He like, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm looking at him, he like, you ain't gonna feed me? I'm like, ain't gonna, bro. I said, man, listen, man, for one, I wish Paul's game was invented around the time we was playing it, but it wasn't, man. But like, we wanted to tape. Like, when I was thinking about this story, all of this sounded crazy right here. Like, he hungry, feed me, all of these words. I'm like, feed you? I'm gonna feed you. I'm like, what you mean? He like, what you got up there to eat? I'm like, oh, like, I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke the way this guy was coming. I'm like, what I got up there to eat? I'm like, I got food up there to eat, man. I'm locked up, man. What you mean? I can't go to a fast food place when I leave this joint. I can't go to Taco Bell, McDonald's, or nothing like that when I leave here. I got whatever I need to survive in my box. That's what I got. I got fly with him a little bit, y'all. I promise you. When I looked at him, he was like, you got any honey buns? I was like, yeah, man. He was like, you got my prison beef jerky? I was like, what's a prison beef jerky? He said, summer sausages. He was about to scream and he got quiet. He was like, a summer sausages. I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah. He was like, you got a peanut butter pack? I said, what you need a peanut butter pack for? He said, to put on my honey bun. He said, so don't give me no icy honey bun. Give me a regular honey bun. I'm going to put it on a regular honey bun with the icing. You got a regular honey bun with the icing? I said, yeah, man. He said, can you make me? I said, no, man. I said, I ain't got to, like, we don't go to the store until next Thursday, man. I said, I got to make it a commissary. What, you want snacks and a meal? I said, I don't have, I said, man, better yet, what's in it for me, man? He was like, hey, you ever get jammed up? I got you. I know you like to party. I got you. I said, nah, man. I said, nah, they ain't all I like right there. He said, what you like? I said, I like Lala. He was like, yeah. So do they all. So do they all. Now, we wanted to take back now. This particular dude, I have heard about this dude at another prison. He used to work at another prison, and the word that came out that this guy used to move that pack game. You know what I mean? That was the word. I got the word. He's designed to move the pack, man. This man is a big 6'4" fat dude. This is what this guy is. So, like, he's designed to bring the package in penitentiary. So, like, I'm about to bring this to his attention, but he talking like this isn't nothing he's not, like, used to doing or something. So he like, so do everybody. Yeah, I ain't bringing no la-la in here. No, I ain't bringing no la-la here. I ain't saying I'm not, but right now, I'm not bringing no la-la in here. You got to give me time. We got to keep negotiating. This got to be a comfortable situation. I said, man, look, bro, my bro on the street, Russ on the street, you can deal with him. What's good? He was like, yeah, I know Russ out there. He owed me a dinner. I told him he had to take me to dinner. I said, man, that's all you think about is food. I said, I thought I was the original fat boy. I said, you the original fat man. I said, man, you wild. That's all you think about is grub, man. He was like, I got to eat, man. He said, I work all these long 12-hour shifts. He said, I got to eat. That food they got in the staff kitchen don't be enough all the time. He said, dudes, inmates been feeding me since I've been working penitentiary. I said, man, you sound so pathetic, man. He said, why? I said, because you're supposed to be bringing a package once. What's wrong with you, man? He was like, he changed his position on the joint. He said, bringing the package is easy. Yeah, bringing the package is easy. It's all about who's selling it makes it hard. He made an ugly face. I was looking at him like, man, I wanted to knock his whole head off, y'all, so poo. But I entertained this conversation just on the strength of my man. You know what I mean? This man is now asking me for food, man. I'm not finna take my homeboy's spot. unless I'm profiting off this, man. Like, I don't know what type of friendship him and my homeboy had, but I'm not Russ. This is not gonna happen with me, man. So like I'm trying to be stern with him. I'm trying to be rude in certain ways of answering his questions or whatever, just to show him that I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? But he's sitting here really thinking this is a game. So something just told me like, yo, bro, you talking to him too much. Go upstairs and get this dude something to eat. You know what I mean? Just get him something to eat and then go from there, man. At the end of the day, bro, somehow you trapped into this maniac play, man. But just go get him something to eat. Go get him a honey bun with the regular icing game and a pack of peanut butter and let him eat, man, with a penitentiary beef stick. Like that, this is the menu he had in his mind that he wanted to eat. So as we was going back up, I was like, all right, man. I was like, all right, man. I'm gonna get this for you, man. You know what I mean? I showed him I was angry. I went up to stuff like this. Hit the corner, looked at him like, when my cell came back, I made sure I was in there at least over 5 minutes. Made us hungry, but wait. I'm in the cell taking my time. I get out, I peek out the door, I'm like, his hungry butt still at the wall. He like, he tried to look up there where I was at. I was like, yeah, hungry. Ducked him, you know what I mean? Stood out the way. Like, man, it's crazy. I found it come out. I got it in my pocket. I'm like, how you gonna get this? He was like, follow me. I was like, where we going? He was like, we're going to my office. He used to take over, for real. The sergeants don't have an office on Lawrenceville. It's a unit manager office and it's the counselor office, man. Now, maybe the counselor had bigger, comfortable chairs for him. You know what I mean? Because he was kind of a big guy. So he would go in there and straight take over their office. You know what I mean? It'd be like his office. So I walked the joint, ain't nobody in the hallway. I'm like, the only person out there is the dude that's cutting hair. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I had to walk past him. I'm like, go in the office. Yeah. Put it right here. I'm like, I grabbed a junk, this word. He went in his drawer. He was like, oh, he was sitting in the chair that you can roll back. When I'm putting all the items on the junk, I'm like, when I'm putting the items on the desk, my word, he got the chair that you can roll back. He rolled back. He was like, he got to roll back far. His stomach is covering the drawer in the desk. So he got to roll back far. I was like, he was like, he opened the drawer, he was like, hey, with some scissors, he was like, he grabbed a summer sausage junk, he was like, he cut it nice and diagonal, perfect, he was like, that junk came out all wet. He took the skin off the junk, he was like, you can go, White. I'm like, man, this man eating a raw sausage, y'all, so boom. I slid though. I got out of his way. I dipped. I went back to my cell for a lot of reasons, man. I sat there and I was like, you know what? I said, man, this is so crazy because this man think he gonna really extort me out of food. You know what I mean? So it was another dude up there. My man knew him from the other spot. So he used to rock with my man a little bit too. My man was in the other block, so I would see my man when I go outside. So my man like, yo, listen, my word, CO Owens back then, he was a CO. He was like, man, he used to bring the package on everything, bro. He was bringing the package for this dude from Richmond. I'm like, for real? Like, yeah. He was like, man, bring the package. He was like, man, if you giving them food, he said, that's what dudes used to do up there, feed them. You gotta feed them to pay them like that for different stuff. So I'm like, man, he keep trying to now, like, he talk about he ain't moving no la and all this. He's like, he might not, bro. He was like, the way that joint ended on the other spot, he might not. I said, now he a sergeant. He made it far from the mess up that he went through on the other spot. So I'm like, man, John, wow. Like, what do you want me to do there? He was like, bro, if he wants something to eat, just give it to him. He said he's better off being on your good side or your bad side. He said when he came over in our building and they told us he was the sergeant, he said I was happy. He said because I'd rather deal with him than Quisbury. Now I'm gonna call his name like because everybody know Quisbury. I can't be like it was a white sergeant dude in Lawrenceville. Everybody know Quisbury. Quisbury had looked like the dudes from the he looked like the dudes from Matrix, the agents that was chasing him. He looked like that. My word, he got the big head. He wear the dark glasses, man. That man like a state trooper in your nightmares. That's what he looked like, man. And he was one of the only white dudes that had some stripes on that joint. So when he was working out joint, he wasn't too bad, but he was bad because he smelled the drinks, he's taking it. If he see you with the cut up, he's coming in there. If he hear about a phone, he's coming. Like Sergeant Owens, he was too lazy. He only do that one round. That's all you had to worry about. So my man like, bro, listen, he's better to be on your good side than on your bad side. So he was like, you gotta feed him, bro. Just keep feeding him, bro. Like, just give him something to eat. You know what I mean? I'm like, shh. All right, man. So, you know what I mean? That's what it is, man. Like, I was like, man, maybe one day he would try to bring the package. I was like, but for the meantime, though, like, man, I gotta use him for other things. Like, You know what I mean? I was like, for one, now I'm about to start doing what I want to do in this building. You know what I mean? Let's start from that. You know what I mean? So we went to commissary. This time I filled out my bubble sheet. You know what I mean? I filled out something for him. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go in and order him like $40 worth of stuff because I already had stuff. So I didn't need to order $100 worth of stuff, but I did anyway, just because I was getting him some stuff. I ordered him 5 icy whites, 5 regular buns. I ordered him 4 of the cheese puffs, not the cheese doodles, the cheese puffs. I ordered him 4 bags of the cheese puffs. I ordered him 2 bags of shebangs. I ordered him 4 summer sausages. I got him 4 summer sausages this time. I got him 4 packs of peanut butter. I got him all his own stuff. I even ordered him a spoon. That's word. I was like, man, I'm gonna get him everything he need. Because I gotta start doing what I want to do in this building. I was like, man, my luck can turn if I can start doing what I want in this building. But I was like, this is how I'm gonna play him though. So we go to commissary. He's working when we go to commissary. This is my word. He's so hungry. When they doing commissary, he in the booth. My word. He's sitting in the booth with the lady. Everybody's getting their bag. He looking at them. So when I go out there to get my bag, I'm the lady counting all my stuff up. Then she put it back in the bag. Then I'm bagging it all back up. As soon as I do the joint on my back and I turn like this, the booth is right there. You know what I mean? I did like this. I was like, I thought I seen somebody looking, so I ain't paying no mind. I went on and walked to the steps. I went up the steps. I hit the corner. Now when I hit the corner, I'm facing the booth. My cell is going towards the booth, so I'm walking down like this. My word, he was looking at me. He was like, he did a little hungry smirk. He was like, I said, carry your hungry ass. So boom. Man, this dude was super duper hungry, man. I get in the cell. I was like, this dude watching me get my commissary. We come back out. But I got this stuff for him anyway. You know what I mean? We come back out. I take my time and do that. You know what I mean? So when I seen him, I was like, yo, I got something for you. He was like, what you got? I was like, I got something to eat. He was like, come in my office. I follow him in the office. I'm like, yo, here. I hit him off decent. Pause. He like, for me? What's all this for, White? I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna toot you now when I want to, man. Don't say nothing to me when I want to go holler at my man. I gotta make a couple of moves. I was like, cause I'm trying to take care of something, cause you ain't trying to bring no la-la. So I gotta get me some la-la in here. So just leave me be. That's all I'm asking. I'm gonna give you this every week. He was like, nah, you can give it to me every time I work. I said, man, you want me to give you all? I said, man, listen, I got a care package for you up there, but I'm not giving it to you every day, man. You know what I mean? He was like, every other day. I said, so that's what the negotiation is, man. You gotta eat all my honey buns. That's what you want, man. He was like, you should have got me 10. Who told you get me 4 and 4? You should have got me 5 and 5. I'm like, he was like, that's your fault, White. He was a real fat boy. He was like, yeah, that's your fault, White. Yeah, that was your fault. I was like, man, I forgot. I looked in my back pocket. I still had the pickle. I'm like, yeah, man. He was like, Mr. Hot Pickle. I was like, man, look, take it or leave it. He was like, he pulled the seat back again, opened the drawer, grabbed the scissors. Y'all know the material on the sausages and pickles, that hard plastic. Like we bite it with our teeth. Like we gotta get surgical with that joint. He was like, he cut it at an angle. He was like, he took a snip of that joint. He was like, you ain't listening to what I'm saying, like. I'm looking at this man drink hot pickle juice, y'all. So boom, psycho. Where he finished the joint. He went in the drawer over here. He came out with a big, tall Coca-Cola joint. He was like, I said, is it cold? He was like, no, room temperature. Big pickle. He was like, you can go. I heard you. I was like, all right, just letting you know, man. So I slid out. I went back to the parlor. All right, that's cool. You know what I mean? So I go holler at my man. My man was over. I had a couple of dudes I rocked with in 31. You know what I mean? But this particular dude I rocked with, man, he was from Emporia, man. I got a story about him, but he was in this story before he crashed out. You know what I mean? But when I go holler at him, he was in the cell with his cousin. Now, his cousin was a cool dude. My man and his cousin wasn't really cousins for real. They was just 2 people that was from Emporia. Like, they just so happened to be from the same place where the prison is at. You know what I mean? They from where the prison is at. So, like, for real, like, they had advantages on a lot of dudes because they knew a lot of the COs. You know what I mean? They from around here. So I'm rocking with, I already knew bro, the big cousin from Sussex. You know what I mean? So I'm kicking it with him. Yeah, now his cousin kind of come with the package deal. When I come over there and mess with the la-la, his cousin always in the cell. But he ended up being cool anyway, like a little cool little dude at the moment. So As a little time went on, he wasn't saying nothing about me 229. He let me do it. He even seen me a couple times, and he wouldn't say nothing. So I'm doing me. So one of the times I go over there, and my man, cousin, the little cousin, he's over there with his homeboy, which is another dude from Emporium. So there's 4 of us in there. So we all in there, and somehow a football debate got crazy. Like, I don't know how, like, it was like a stupid debate, man. I forgot what we was arguing about or debating about, but it got crazy with my man. And he's supposed to be family with these 2 dudes he's arguing with, so he's arguing. And they're going at it, So I'm trying to break it up. So the jump lead out to the pod. The jump lead out into the pod. So we to get out in the pod. They sleep on the bottom tier though, so we all on the pod. I don't even supposed to be in the jump. But I come out. I'm trying to stop my man. Cause he going at his cousin and the dude, his cousin friend. So he like, man, y'all lying. Y'all some lies. Like, he's super high. I'm like, yo, bro, chill. So he keep trying to get to his cousin. Now, him and his cousin had a relationship where they might end up fighting sometime, even though my man gonna punish him. You know what I mean? My man gonna punish him. He gonna punish the little cousin. But they had that type of relationship, you know what I mean? So they argue. So he keep trying to get to him. So I'm trying to hold him back. He snatch away from me. So when he snatch away from me, they still by his cell. He run up and grab his cousin. So when he run up and grab his cousin friend run up and grab him. So when he grabbed him, I seen that. I grabbed the dude. When I grabbed the dude, though, I grabbed the dude from back of his jacket. I grabbed him like this. He had his jacket on. So when I grabbed him, it was like an easy grab. It was like, poof. I grabbed him from like back of his shoulders, like, poof. And when I grabbed, it was like, he was so light, I was like, just threw him slightly. And when I looked, he was sliding like, he was sliding. So I'm like, I get put my attention back on trying to break the joint up. You know what I mean? So as I'm trying to break the joint up, my word, I just see a punch coming to me. Like, I turn y'all to punch like this. I felt it hit right here. It hit me right here, but it didn't connect fast enough because I turned my face just in time. I was like, but I felt that shit right here, like at my head. I was like a 2-second headache. Like, I was like, oh, my instincts kicked in. I swing back at him. When I swing back at him, I miss. He back up. He back up. He like, yeah. He trying to make a scene. I'm like, oh, you trying to make a scene? I was like, bro, come on in here, bro. Bring your ass in here. My old homeboy from Norfolk, he see me. He come down the stairs. He's like, yo, hey, look, bro, get the fuck out the pod, bro. You gotta come back and remember that nigga, bro. He was like, look, the lady in the booth watching y'all. And I'm like, oh, shit. I look at the lady in the booth. She pinned me. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, the little nigga ain't hit me, though. But the whole pod seen it. Damn near, they whole pod seen it. I'm like, I gotta have him. I gotta have this dude, y'all. He's mine. So, boom. At the moment, I had to shoot back. I gotta think smart. Got stuff, gotta happen. You know what I mean? It's 30 building, sweet pod, sweet building. Yeah, pound him right then and there. But I had to reevaluate this stuff. He didn't hit me. He touched me, but he didn't hit me. But he's a little pipsqueak, so I already know how this is gonna turn out. Like, this is nuts right here. So I shoot back to the building. When I shoot back to the building, my man called me to the door. He's like, hey, look. You know what I mean? He was like, yo, look, I don't know what's going on. He was like, what's up with this? You want me to? I was like, no mess. I said, bro, I'll be back over there, bro. I'll be back over there. He was like, the lady. I was like, nah, forget that. I said, I got it, bro. I went upstairs. Man, y'all went upstairs like this. I get up the steps, hit that cell. One of my jobs, like, I start grabbing honey buns. I'm like, icy white, regular James with the icing game. Yeah, turkey sausage game. I said, I'm gonna give him the turkey sausage this time. You gotta eat healthy, yo fat ass. I gave him the turkey sausage instead of the beef game. I'm like, yeah. Peanut butter, pickle, and a Pepsi. I'm like, yeah. I put all that shit in my pants. I don't care who seen me. I walked downstairs, my leg was heavy as a bitch. That shit was all on my right leg. I was like, I got to the door, I was like, lady let me out. I slid to his office. I'm like, hey. He was like, why are you sweating like that? I was like, look, man, I need a favor. He was like, what? I said, look, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna have to kick somebody's ass over there across the hall, man. I said, but look, I'm gonna pay you to let me get away with this shit. I said, the only reason I'm telling you, because the lady in the booth seen me. You know what I mean? I said, she ain't me, ain't no scene. I said, she said something to you? He was like, nah, she ain't say nothing to me. He said, man, look, I ain't condoning no violence. I said, look, fuck that. I said, man, I done paid you a lot of bread, man. I said, look, here goes some more bread, y'all. So boom. Let's talk turkey, goddammit. I ain't joking right now. I'm serious, man. He like, You ain't gonna unalive him, is you? I said, man, I ain't gonna unalive him. I'm about to just go beat his ass. What the hell? I said, the man swung on me, man. He was like, he picked the phone up. He was like, what's going on over there in 31? Who you talking about, white? Yeah. You ain't told nobody, did you? Well, I white with me. Mm-hmm. I got it. I got it. Don't worry about it. We see and we don't see sometimes. I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah. He on the phone. He was like, look. He said, you got to dinner. When they call dinner, your ass better be back over in your pod. That's all I got to say. Because this ain't enough money right here for what you asking. But I'm going to do it just because you've been looking out for me and feeding me. I'm like, yeah, bet. I'm like, I'm going to have it straight. You know what I mean? I'm going to have it straight, man. You know what I mean? I'm going to have that jump straight, man. He was like, I'm going to hold you on. I'm going to hold you to that white. I'm going to hold you to that white. He grabbed 100 more. He was like, he peeled that joint like a banana. He was like, yeah, icy right here on his lip. He like, I'm gonna hold you to that white. I said, I bet your fat ass is. So boom! I shot back to the field. I scrapped up. You know what I mean? Scrapped up, went on the top tier, got my man sign language game. Hey, bro, I'm about to come over there. Yeah, before we eat, I'm coming over there. I'm gonna beat dude ass. Yeah, look. Put that together. Bro, listen. I ain't trying to hear nothing. We ain't squashing shit. As he's saying that, my other homeboy that's from Emporia, he calling me. The one who cousin and friend of this shit is. So I go to the door. I'm about to dip anyway. I go down to the door. He come out of 31. He like, hey, look. I told that nigga he got to fight you, bro. He wildin', bro. Like, me and my cousin always get into it. He said he ain't know you was my man. Like, if I go, you gonna go. I said, bro, listen, don't nobody grab nobody I fuck with while they getting in this shit, bro. You wildin'. I said, he too young to know that dumb ass shit. I said, but look, furthermore, go tell that nigga get scrapped up. We about to fight. Like, I ain't trying to hear none of this shit. Ain't no copping no deuces. This ain't no plea bargain game. This ain't court. I don't give a shit. Me and that nigga got to fight, or I'm gonna fight this nigga in public. One or the other. So he like, I told him that. I said, what, he scared? He was like, damn right, he's scared. He was like, but niggas say you gotta fight. He said he gotta fight. He was like, look. He was like, look, for me though. He was like, look, for me though, bro. For me though. I was like, what, bro? He was like, bro, look. Man, that little nigga can't fight, man. He was like, he's strong. Because he ain't know, like, y'all, he ain't know shit. But I still told him y'all gotta fight. He was like, so look, for me, bro, like, bro, don't do him dirty, bro. I was like, I ain't gonna do the nigga dirty, bro. I was like, man, I got you, bro. I was like, well, Trump for you, I ain't gonna do him dirty, but I still got him, bro. That nigga swung on me, bro, hit me in my temple and my forehead, bro. Like, I didn't have a scratch, but like, just the point this little dude, this little YN swung on me, and I felt it like right here. If I didn't move my face in time, that jump would have been a direct hit game, y'all. So I'm like, bro, listen, all right. You know what I mean? When he walked away, I was like this. I'm wetting my ass up. I'm gonna beat the hell out, bro. You wildin', bro. You wildin'. I don't be getting into shit on Lawrenceville, but when it happens, bro, listen, I want to beat your ass. Straight like that. That's just what it is. So I waited to the right time. I seen him let the diabetics out, stand by for child. I slid. I came out the hallway. I looked. I can look up. The lady looked me right in my eyeball. She was like, dude for the diabetic came out at 31. I just walked in that joint. I walked in that joint, everybody looking at me. So as I walk in, my homeboy from Emporia meet me. My homeboy from Norfolk walking towards me. I walk in, I'm like, where that nigga at? Shit, where that nigga at? He was like, he back there talking to his homeboy. He's like, yo, hey, call that nigga. Hey, come on, bro. Come on, bro. He was looking like a real maniac. YN, like, man, I ain't fighting. Ain't no fighting in this bitch. What is it then? This ain't the street. You don't have a freaking hammer, nigga. So it's gonna be one or the other. We gonna fight one way or the other that you check in. That's the only way. That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I'm standing by the door. I'm like, yo, bro, listen, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. My man was like, yo, I done cleared the cell out. His cousin was like, his cousin lip had the long lip. His cousin had the long lip game. He was like, man, Weezy, don't fight him, Weezy, man. It ain't gotta be like that, Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, listen, respectfully, bro, I'm fucking your homeboy up, bro. So like this is what it is, man. You like, all right, man. Dude's coming over there like, yo, Weezy, what's good? Dude's and I'm like, Weezy, what's up? I'm like, nah, little dude swung on me earlier, man. He was like, what? I'm like, yeah. Nigga swung on me, bro. I was like, man, I got a ham. So he procrastinated for a little second. Then he finally get the courage. He go in his cell. He get strapped up. I guess what you call strapped up. He come back over there with his little state shoes on. You know what I mean? I'm already in the cell. I'm like this. When I see him getting ready, I'm in the cell. I'm waiting on him, man. I'm waiting on him. I see him come to the threshold. He like, little frail little dude. I'm like, this is my mind saying, like, yes. I'm glad I weigh more than this guy. I'm about to rag dog all over this jump. He like, that nigga just ran at me. When I seen that, like, I'm watching him run at me. I'm like, I had like 2 seconds before I reacted. I was like, he ran and swung. I promise y'all, man, on everything. He ran. He said, Yeah, he swung, I ducked that jump. As soon as I ducked it, I grabbed him. I looked back, he was on the top bunk on everything. I threw that nigga on the top bunk. He hit the top bunk, boom. As soon as he turned off the top bunk, he jumped off the top bunk, trying to jump on me. I caught him, boom. He grabbed me right there, touched me. I'm like, get your ass off me, man. I get him off, we square off again. I'm like, man, you little ass, man, fuck wrong with you. So now we toe to toe, he like, you know what I mean? So he had little hands, you know what I mean? So we clutching the jump. I'm like, I ain't finna fight him like that. He clutching. I grab him like, when I grab him like this, he swung. I just throw him back, boom. The nigga hit his back on the box. The little pole jump right there, everything, boom. He on the ground. I'm like, get your ass. I could have done him dirty right there. I'm like, get your dumb ass up. So niggas right there watching, like, get your stupid ass up. I'm like, why the fuck you swing on me, nigga? Fuck wrong with you, nigga? Hell is wrong with you, nigga? Smack the shit out of his dumb ass. You stupid ass, dumb ass nigga. Start smacking on the back of his head. Niggas like, police coming in here. Police coming in here. I'm like, yo, boy. He like this. He looking like he happy he got saved. He like, I'm like, oh shit. I see my man. I was like, yo, who's that? He was like, man, that's Sergeant Owens and the CO dude broke in 40 building. I'm like, what? I said, where they going? He was like, they doing rounds. I'm like, fuck, man. I was like, I thought about it. I'm like, man, that nigga gonna let me go. I told the little nigga, I said, man, stay right there, nigga. He was like, that nigga stayed on the ground. I was like I'm watching him. I'm watching the door. I'm like, goddamn. I'm always like, man, tell him get up, Weezy. I was like, man, I ain't done beating his ass. He was like, man, if he see him on the floor, he gonna know y'all doing something. I was like, well, get your ass up. I said, man, go sit on the bed. He said, that nigga sat on the bed. I think Sergeant Owens walked by. He was like, CO dude came. He was like, what's going on in here? Why it's so hot and sweaty in here? Why you sweating, White? I'm like, what? He was like, why you sweating? He said, move. He said, why you looking like you scared? You okay? This your cell? Dude was like, he's like, what you doing in the cell then? He said, why you in this bar now? You ain't in 33 no more? I was like, yeah, I'm in 33, man. He was like, oh, that ain't Owens. Yeah, got one. He's like, step out. Step out. Both of y'all step out. We step out in front of the whole par. We looking stupid. I'm like, and he was like, man, it's crazy. All you hear is, these people call reinforcements, y'all. I was like, oh my God, more police come in. More police come in. Looking, I'm like, this is crazy right here, man. They get us. They take us out. Take me into the council office. They take bro to medical. You know what I mean? So they got me sitting in the council office. I'm sitting in the joint. I'm like, man, y'all crazy, man. I'm like, yo, but I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, I was trapped in a dilemma, like, man, for real, man. Like, I ain't never done nothing like this. But I'm like, man, if this dude, Sergeant Owens, send me to the hole and he gave me the green light to beat dude up, man, I might gotta do a Nino Brown on New Jack City, y'all, so boom. And I know that sound crazy, man, but he deserved it, man. Like, for real, Frank Lucas told on the police. You know what I mean? Like, they saying Frank Lucas ain't telling no mobsters. He told on the police, but that's still ratting, though, at the end of the day, man. And I never want to be considered as a rat, but I was put in a predicament where a man took my items, man. The hard-working money that my mom and them make, my family make, they send me money to go to commissary. I'm paying a CO to let me do me. You know what I mean? And this man got me sitting in the joint with handcuffs on. I said, man, I don't want to be Nino Brown. I said, man, but this nigga might be the educated brother from the bank. When I finished with his ass, man, I was like, man, fuck that. And I'm just sitting there just thinking about what every scenario it can be. You know what I mean? I'm just sitting thinking about every scenario it can be, man. I'm like, and I'm sitting there, I hear the door open. He come in, it's just him. He like, you know, I ain't never told you what Russ told me, what he said my position was, what he was doing with me, right? I said, what? He said, you know, Russ told me what he told you, what my position was, what he was working on. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, man, look, man, what y'all gonna do, man? He like, answer the question, White. I said, man, what are you talking about, man? I ain't really trying to talk, man. You know what I mean? I'm handcuffed, man. I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, he told you I was a project, right? I was like, when he said it, I looked at him like everything about him that looked like a project, like he was made, like somebody made him up like weird science, Frankenstein, like he had looked like one of those creatures. I'm like, yeah, he said he was a project. So what? He was like, I ain't nobody's project. I do what I want and I move to the own beat of my drums. So let's get that straight. So you giving me all these fucking honey buns and pickles and sausages? That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. I am still a CO. I am still a CO. And what you did was reckless as fuck. It's reckless as fuck. And I'm letting you know now, you might go to jail for it. I said, how the fuck I'm gonna go to jail? And I paid you not to go to jail. He was like, oh, your fucking voice. I said, I ain't lowering shit. Hell is wrong with you? I ain't lowering a goddamn thing. How the fuck I'm gonna go to the hole and I paid you, nigga? He was like, oh, that's the type of game he's gonna play. I said, man, listen, I'm not trying to go to the fucking hole. I'm not going to the fucking hole. How about that? I don't give a fuck what happened, nigga. He was like, somebody got an answer to that, what they did to that boy. I said, I don't give a fuck who answered. Go make up somebody, nigga. Go write anybody's name on a piece of paper, nigga. He said, so what you saying? You gonna tell? That's what you gonna do. You gonna be a snitch? That's what you gonna do, right? You gonna tell that you been feeding me? That's what you gonna do. I said, nigga, if I have to, nigga. The hell is wrong with you, nigga? Look what type of predicament you got me in, nigga. You got me ready to go to the hole and I paid you not. He said, yeah, but you made too much noise over there. You made I said, I ain't make no motherfucking noise, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit, man. What we gonna do, man? We got a deal or not, nigga? He was like, But look, though, I'm not your project, and I don't want nothing to eat from you no more, and you ain't gotta give me no more honey buns or summer sausages or none of that, and I ain't never bringing you no la-la. I ain't never bringing the la-la. I seen his eyes. He was like, I ain't never bringing you the la-la. I was like, all right, man. He was like, turn around, stand up. I was like, what? He was like, turn around, stand up. He tried to horse me a little bit. I got the cuffs on. I'm like, take the joints off. I'm like, so what? He was like, go back to your cell. I said, and what else after that? He said, just go back to your cell. You good? I was like, you sure, man? I did like, you three, you sure? I was like, you I walked out the door. I was like, you sure? He was like, what I say? Go back to your cell. I was like, all right, man. I said, you know I kept logs, right? He was like, what? I said, man, nothing, man. I went on a dip, y'all. Oh, there's some steps. I come back to the car. He was like, Weezy, you good, bro? I'm like, yeah. He was like, man, they say you was over there rumbling. I said, nah, I got caught 229, bro. He was like, for real? I'm like, yeah, bro, everything Gucci though, you know what I mean? And like, that shit crazy, man, you know what I mean? I went back to the cell, and I just started thinking like, damn, like, for real, that's what y'all see? Like, I don't mess with the cops, man. Like, I'd rather get my pack through third party or through the VI, man, because the CO shit is too crazy. Like, it's too unpredictable, and it be a lot of different shit going on. This man think he can just take my food and fucking just do whatever he want, man. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, no, he never brought the la-la. I knew that's what y'all was probably thinking, that I was gonna try to get him to do that. No, this man just wanted to eat commissary, man. Anybody that know this fat motherfucker, they know. If you was on Lawrenceville, you know what the hell I'm talking about, man. This man was the original fat bastard in a CO uniform. I promise y'all, man. But he got me out, you know what I mean? Nothing ever happened to me. The dude that I fought, the young boy, he ended up going to medical, and I don't know how they cleaned that up, but he didn't. He went to the hole for a couple of days. The next day I know I looked up, and he was in 60 building. They moved him to San Francisco game. So he was on the other side of the yard. I never had to deal with him. I saw him when I went to the other side of the yard, but he didn't say nothing. That shit was just wild though, man. Just how he tried to like just do what he want with my items, and nah, man, like we gotta come across the middle on how we doing this stuff, man. And from that day on, like for real, me and Sergeant Owens ain't had no problems. He worked out building probably for like another 3 months. And then he ended up leaving and went to 50 building, man. He was over there for the rest of the time, man, with the therapeutic guys. But other than that, that was a crazy situation. That's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay your ass out the way for you can stay out here with your family, period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger game. So y'all already know what y'all do with this one. Like, share, subscribe, so y'all. Let's go. But I need y'all to go check out my Staying Out the Way media, man. Go check that out for me, y'all. I got good content over there. I'm dropping content over there. I'm doing both jobs for y'all. Y'all see the count, man. Go rock with me, man. Staying Out the Way media, man. I'm going to have the link in the description, man. Go holler at me on that one, y'all. But other than that, stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.